Oh man, doing this workout, no headphones on. I tell you what, we're just deep in our thoughts right now. Some workouts be like that though. No music, no headphones, just fucking you and your thoughts.
Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
So I usually like to start my day around 5 a.m. and I like to get straight up, and the first thing I do, which you saw, was usually get electrolytes in. The reason this is just because throughout the entire night you're not really drinking any water. I like to do water and then also some electrolytes to make sure I'm really replenishing to start the day before I get into any coffee, because coffee is going to be a natural diuretic and will also dehydrate you. So I usually like to get that out of the way right away. And then from there, I'll usually grab my book. I'll usually do a chapter or two. It really just depends on how I'm feeling, how long the chapter is. And then I'll get straight into some journaling. I don't really have any specific prompts when it comes to journaling. I usually just like to get my words on paper if I have anything that's flowing in my mind at the moment. Usually do a little bit of gratitude as well and writing like things I'm grateful for. And then from there, I'll usually start with some coffee, my first of the day. I usually like to have around 2 cups, sometimes 3 cups, depending on the day, before I get into my morning work, which typically involves just making sure that things are set for the team, looking at the to-do list for the day, and making sure that I have my meetings all scheduled and structured for the day as well. Now I know what you're thinking, Craig, why the fuck are you doing burpees this early in the morning right now? Out of all exercise you could do, burpees? Well, that's exactly why I do them every single morning. I always start my day with something super hard. I know a lot of people do cold showers. I've even done them in the past. But a way that I can get energized and get blood flow, and also something that I don't necessarily love doing, because I don't really like burpees, to be honest with you. However, if I get up and I can do that in the morning, every single morning, right when the sun's rising, before it even rises sometimes, I know the rest of the day, it's gonna be a piece of cake. So that's a big part of why it is. There's nothing other than just like wanting to put myself in uncomfortable positions to grow. So that's about it. Usually they start getting fun right now. Push-ups start getting harder. You're out of breath. It's the best part though. All right, that's a wrap. Woo. All right, so now that we're done with burpees, it's time to get some more water and then make some breakfast before we head to the gym. So for breakfast, I'm gonna be having an English muffin, a little bit of avocado here. I'm also gonna throw on some turkey sausage as well. The reason I like turkey sausage as opposed to like regular, just because the macros are way better on it, a lot higher protein, the fat's only, or 6 protein, only 3 fat, which is a lot better than traditional sausage. And then also, if I don't have this, I'll throw on some turkey bacon as well, because the same thing. Regular bacon has very high fat contents. Turkey bacon is just a leaner source of protein, because I'm actually allergic to eggs. I grew an allergy to eggs, I guess, many years back. Randomly, I think maybe I had too many of them or something, and I started getting sick from them. So now I can't even have eggs in the morning, which is probably one of the best sources of protein, egg whites. So if you can have those, have that. However, for me, turkey sausage is usually the go-to, or some Greek yogurt as well, or just protein powder. But let's get into it, start making breakfast. This stuff is also clutch, as opposed to doing like olive oil, avocado spray. And also, key factor here, I know a lot of people do this, they see 0 calories on the thing. That's only a 1/4 of a second spray. So there is calories in this. You can't just spray endless amounts on your pan. It will actually add up. So don't be fooled by the label. It says 0 calories, but that's because it's only a 1/4 of a second. And you just saw what I sprayed on there. It's a lot longer than a 1/4 of a second. So be careful with that if you're trying to manage your calories. We're just gonna dump this whole package on there. Get them cooking up. Got a little garlic powder in there. Also a little bit of Himalayan salt as well. Got a little bit of black pepper in there as well. And then I'll usually do a little bit of lemon squeeze as well. And it's just a lot more convenient as opposed to doing a fresh lemon every time. I usually like to keep most of my meals super simple. Just don't overcomplicate it. This is a very basic meal. Tastes amazing. If you want to, you can throw some 0 calorie sauce on there. But for me, I just like the avocado. So right now, my Instagram, I'll actually pull it up just to show it, is down. This is probably like the 10th time this has happened. Let me see if I can get it to reload. So right now you can see nothing's loading on my phone, my screen. It's literally just a blank page. And if I refresh enough times, it'll say your account's fully disabled. That's also a big part of why we're doing YouTube now, is just because Instagram's so unstable. But it doesn't matter. Us, you know, no excuses. We just keep showing up, keep doing what we gotta do, keep serving our clients. So if you're watching this and you're trying to take my YouTube down, maybe you found me on YouTube now, you can't fucking stop me, dude. I'm gonna keep showing up, I'm gonna keep winning. It's gonna happen. All right, so right now, we're getting a little warm up in. When it comes to warm ups, you wanna actually avoid static stretching for the most part. Usually more dynamic movements will help, as opposed to doing something like a standstill. Like people that just sit here and do this, it's really not doing much for you unless you're already warmed up. So usually just like to get blood flow to the actual muscle groups that I'm working. So today I'm gonna hit a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of chest, and mainly pushing based movements. So I like to warm up with some light band work like this to get the shoulders opened up a little bit. And then from there, I'll usually do a tricep extension just to get some blood flow to my elbows, because I actually had that elbow surgery and it feels a little rusty, I'll say, sometimes. So I like to do that to start, and then we'll get into our main compound lift for the day. And I'll do some warm-up sets before I dive into my working sets as well. And that's pretty much it when it comes to warm-ups. Alright, so the first movement we're moving into is going to be the incline dumbbell press here. The reason why I like to start with primarily compound-based movements is because you use the most amount of energy within these movements. Almost all of your workouts should likely be starting with primarily a compound, and then you move into your accessory movements, and then more isolations at the end of it. So we're going to start off, we're going to get a few warm-up sets in, probably like 2 to 3 of them, see how we're feeling. We're already quite warm, because like I said, we're in Florida, so it's hot out, the door's open, and we'll just get straight into things from there. Oh, it's hot in here. That's how your sets should look. None of this low weight, lightweight, high rep bullshit. Train hard. You're not gonna get too bulky. It's gonna actually help you build more muscle, especially if you're in a deficit. It's gonna help a ton with retaining that muscle as well. Start heavy. If you need to decrease from there, decrease from there. It's natural. It's not a bad thing. And we're gonna drop down to 85s now and hit another set. Oh man, I'm doing this workout with no headphones on. I tell you what, we're just deep in our thoughts right now. Some workouts be like that though. No music, no headphones, just fucking you and your thoughts. All right, so a quick and easy cue for yourself to keep in mind while you're doing the incline dumbbell press here is a lot of people have the tendency when they're doing the movement to actually flare their elbows out a ton like this.
And this is actually gonna put a lot of unnecessary tension and pressure on your shoulder joint. So as opposed to doing this, which usually it's kind of common practice to do that, bring your arms in slightly at around a 45-degree angle. Another good way to think about this is just twisting your hands in slightly at around a 45-degree angle, and then pressing from here as opposed to with that wider grip. This is going to allow you to really feel a lot more in your chest and also take a lot of that pressure off of your shoulder joint. So doing this as opposed to this. That's the cue. Super easy, and I promise you, your shoulders will thank you later. All right, so once a kid, always a kid. I've always loved doing backflips, and it doesn't matter how old I get, I'm gonna always try to maintain my backflip. I haven't done one in a little bit, so we'll see how it looks, but just a little mid-workout backflip, that's all. All right, let's get it. Woo! Stuck it. Wasn't perfect, but we'll count it. So the second movement we're moving into today is gonna be the classic barbell bench press. I'm doing maybe like 1-2 kind of feeler sets, I wouldn't even count them as warm-up sets just because I'm already pretty warmed up. I just want to feel out the weight. Reverse pyramid sets, which is where we're starting with the heaviest weight, dropping down from there as we get more fatigued. So,
all the shit they don't address in my face. I can't be showing no stress in my face. What? Yeah, no face, 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 no face.
a cue I really like with this movement is when I'm pinned back, I like to think as if there's like a string attached to my sternum here, pulling my chest up. So you want to kind of really exaggerate that chest being up. And then rather than trying to think about bringing your hands together with this movement, try to think about bringing your biceps into your side of your chest, because a lot of people start to do this and they have a bent elbow, and you're really not going to be getting as much target to your chest to actually start working your bicep a little bit. So try to keep your hands placed and fixed here at your elbows, and then just bring your biceps into your chest like this, as opposed to trying to bring your hands. It'll make all the difference for you. All right, so to finish off the push day, we're gonna do some triceps, just doing a traditional style tricep push down on the cables here. The reason why I like to finish with this is just because, one, it's just a lot less fatiguing of a movement. Starting with the compounds and getting those out of the way is just far more beneficial as opposed to starting with this. I did this just to warm up to begin with. However, now we're actually getting into some heavy working sets here, and the goal is just to get a little bit more additional isolation work on the tricep, because although you hit it as a secondary muscle group in almost all your pressing movements, it's still good to get in some isolation, especially when you want to grow that horseshoe. So let's get into it.
That shit ain't got to finally show it. I'm over the moon. Yeah, we'll see you boys soon. I'm spreading my wings. I hop out cocoon. I'm studio trapping. I'm locked in the room. What? All these years throwing success in your face. All of these baddies obsessed with my face. All the shit they don't address in my face. I can't be showing no stress in my face. What? Yeah, no face, 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 no face.
Failure right there. We're gassed. All right, time to get some food. Calories are up, feeling good. That's the other thing I think a lot of people don't realize is when you start training really intensely and also intensively, not just showing up and freaking winging it. I did that for probably the first 2 years of my fitness journey. It's probably the simplest thing, but it's also so simple that people don't really like, nah, that can't be the reason why I'm not seeing results. But just fucking write down your workouts, write down the sets, the reps, the rest periods, how much weight you're doing. So that way, when you look at it week by week, you can actually know you're progressing and seeing the changes you want to. Because if you don't have progressive overload in your workouts, good luck ever trying to build muscle. It's just not gonna work out for you. So if you wanna be not like most in the gym that spend every day in there and they're still not changing their body, write down your workouts and actually go into the gym with intention. Don't just show up and freestyle it. I understand you might be able to put together a chest workout on the fly, but there's a lot of preparation that needs to be involved in that if you wanna see the best possible results. Right now we're headed out. We're gonna go grab some food before we head into some client work and meetings for the rest of the day, and catch you guys there. All right, so we're here at Naked Farmer, one of my favorite spots here in Tampa. Honestly, like I said, I'm here almost every other week. The reason why I really love this place specifically out of all their places is just because the quality of the food, like everything is super fresh. You can get really lean protein sources as well. They have nice veggies as well. And like I said, The freshness here is unmatched. Like honestly, don't hate me for saying this, but I put it over Chipotle as far as that goes, and just even the taste as well. The one thing that I wanted to note that I really like doing when I'm eating out especially, regardless of whether it's like a nice bowl meal like this or not, is starting with your protein, eating that first, and your veggies before you go into your carbs. Because typically when you get a plate, let's say you have french fries on it, right? That's the tram going on in the background. But typically when you have carbs on your plate, that's what you want to go to first, and you want to fill up on carbs, and then you end up leaving protein on the plate when in reality that's one of our most important macros. So start with protein, get the veggies in as well, then move to your carbs, and you'll be less likely to overeat because protein is way more satiating than any other macro, so it's just a lot easier to make sure you're filling up on that. And I know a lot of you struggle with overeating, so it'll help you out. So I'm going to enjoy this bowl. I'm already a little bit into it just because I'm freaking starving after that push workout, and then we're going to go upstairs and do some meetings and some other work. All right, so we're back now at the office, and we're actually sitting down and filming some short form content at the moment. I usually like to batch most of the videos that you guys see on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and almost everywhere that we post them, because I want most of my week to be spent like engaging with clients and being able to give them my all, and I don't want to be having to worry about posting and all of those things throughout the week. So I like to sit down, film out most of my videos for the week, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So getting a few clips here in the office. As you can see, we have a crazy setup right now, just getting some value for you guys, and then from there we're gonna head upstairs and film a little bit more in the gym up there too. So just a fully packed day today. We decided to get additional content on top of the already content we're filming right now. So just cool to show you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes on what it looks like on the other side of like Instagram posts, the reels, the TikToks that you guys see. There's definitely a lot more to it than you think, but I love doing it once again because I get to provide a lot of free value for you guys to help you guys get in better shape. All right, so we just wrapped up filming some content upstairs. We're gonna go head over to one of my favorite coffee shops here in town, Shortwave, and we're gonna get some meetings done, some client work, and more importantly, get some more caffeination going. So come with me. No, there's no news on Facebook or Instagram. Facebook's still not letting us message. Instagram is still down. Literally nothing. Doesn't let us on, just disabled. So it's all right. We're gonna keep going. All right, so we just wrapped up our last meeting here at the coffee shop, and as you can see outside, we're stranded here. It's absolutely downpouring out there. I don't know, I feel like you guys really want me to run in the rain, but I don't know about it. These are new shoes. I don't know if we can pull that off. It's just gonna keep getting worse. Look at this is us right now. That's a straight blob over us. Shit, man. Way to go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Ground beef and white rice along with some mixed veggies here. This meal is super easy. Even if I didn't have it meal prepped, it is so fast to make. Literally all you have to do, pop in some minute rice in the microwave, cook your beef, which takes the longest, throw in the pan with the beef the mixed veggies that are frozen, and it's a very easy, quick and easy way to hit your protein as well as your carbs while also getting in some micronutrients just through the veggies. I really like to make it easy on myself. So in a long day like today where I've been shooting a lot, doing a lot of meetings, coming home to not having to cook and deal with all the dishes and all of that, just having a meal prep ready to go is very easy. What I would highly suggest for you is meal prepping primarily like meats, because that's usually the longest thing to cook. And then if you have a rice cooker as well, cooking a good bit of rice just for a carb source. And then veggies, I do like to kind of cook during the day just because otherwise they don't really taste the best. So I actually made this earlier and prepped it for the rest of the day for tonight. So we're gonna dive into this and then head upstairs and get the rest of our shooting done. Although I'm getting really tired, but gotta finish strong. All right, so we're up here at the rooftop getting a little bit more short form content filmed for the day. It's been a long day of filming, as you can see. We don't usually batch this much, but we're actually headed for a trip for most of this month, and I wanna make sure I had it all ready and gonna get it all up this month. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap things up here and go back downstairs. I have
to eat one more meal or so, and then I'll also end up finishing some work. I have to look over the end of day reports from all the coaches, and then also from our back-end team on what they did for the day, and give them the reports back, and then just freaking snooze, man. My brain's just gone. All right, so we're wrapping up a long day of work and shooting and honestly chaos today. So just overall solid day. This is how most of my days are spent, to be honest with you. Today was a little bit longer because we had a lot of content to film. This upcoming week we actually head out for a friend's wedding, and then we're going to Europe for most of the month. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. I'll bring you guys along for that too. But kind of started the day with just doing my usual routine, getting in my non-negotiables, my reading, my journaling, getting my own workout in for myself, because I gotta look the part, right? I gotta also make sure that I'm taking care of my own health, because if I am trying to pour from a glass that's already empty, such as like right now where I'm exhausted, then it just doesn't work out, especially in the coaching field. So right now I'm gonna make my last meal for the day. It's gonna be more of a light meal. And then I'm gonna go over to my desk, get a little bit of like last minute work done, and make sure that I have all my things set in place for tomorrow, because I do like to do a little bit of preparation the night before to make sure I wake up in the morning bright and early and I can get right after it. So I'm gonna go ahead, sit at my desk and finish up work there, and then it's off to bed. We just restart tomorrow.